Hey everybody, it's Piranha Z06 coming to you from my downtown condo man cave today, and I've got a couple of quick updates I'd like to share with you, so let me show you. The first update, and the most recent one actually, is this new rim. It's a Fanatec Clubsport rim. It's their R330 V2, or it may be the whole package that's called the V2, but this is just the rim of that package. I found it for sale on a Facebook group, and I had been wanting a bigger wheel and a round wheel for my NASCAR racing, so I thought I would give it a try. When I got it, it didn't quite actually fit the endurance button module, or whatever it's called, the thing with all the buttons that attaches to the hub, but it only didn't fit just for that button on each side. So as you can see, I cut the rubber. This is not leather or Alcantara or suede. This is just the default rubber, so don't freak out anyone. But I just cut a notch out, and then I sealed it with super glue so that it wouldn't fray or, you know, the rubber start to rot or anything like that. So sealed it up pretty good. But what I didn't realize is that the underneath side, under here, is also doesn't clear the module, the button module box thing, and so it was holding it off of the surface by a little bit. So it came with this center cap that actually was supposed to go on the outside underneath these screws, but I put it underneath between the screws at the rim and the button module box to fill that space, and it actually worked perfectly well. So if you are looking for a larger wheel, because the Fanatec NASCAR wheel is the dish is so beveled that you can't reach buttons. A friend of mine has it, and he's got the little button arm module things, and you just can barely reach them. The rim is so far out here, to try to reach down into the buttons is almost impossible. You almost have to take your hands off the wheel. So I wanted something with a flatter dish, and this is perfectly flat actually, other than these parts that go too far. But anyway, with this filled in, it works perfectly. If you don't mind notching out a little bit to make it fit your button module box. If you don't have one and you just want to attach it to the hub, it fits perfectly, no problems there. But I like how this is a little bit bigger than what I'm used to. I'm used to the R300D wheel that I had. That's pretty much the same as the, I think the Porsche rim and the other rims that have that same D shape, R300 rim, sorry. But I like it. It's a little heavier feeling. I actually turned my force feedback up just a hair, just to counteract that heaviness because of the wider diameter of what I'm used to. But I really like it. So that's the first mod I've done. And I kept my D-shaped rim in case I ever want to go back to that, more of a GT3 style, if I ever get into that more than the NASCAR side. So that's the first one. Hold on for the second one. Okay, the second modification that I've done is regarding my auxiliary monitor that I use whenever I use triple screens for racing. So this holds my telemetry, it's got a small track map on it, things like that, that I can use while racing. So, and if you remember from the previous videos, I had used this button box modular arm from SimLabs that I had used to stick that onto. The angle of it was not what my preference. It stuck a lot further. The angle was more like this instead of like this, parallel with the bottom of my screens. I hope you get the idea. So what I did is I cut it, and I found a butt hinge at the hardware store that didn't fit exactly, but I drilled a couple of extra holes, used some T-nuts in the slots, and made it hinged. And it's already hinged at the base where it mounts to the upright, but now it hinges also in the middle. So now, if I'm sitting here and I look over, it's perfectly parallel with my screen. I can bring it even more in, more out, change the angle a lot. I've got it tightened down pretty good right now, but the first part of the arm, I can change that, change the angle. So anyway, it's not a big deal, but now everything is flush, looks nice and neat, matches, doesn't stick out, is on the same plane as this screen here. So that's it, just a couple of small modifications. I just wanted to share with you guys. If you have any comments, questions, I have a complete list of all my products for my entire rig down below. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thanks, guys.